It seems that every path ends here, in the shadow of my fear, just to come and die more numbered than name. Every lane will stretch so fast. What's going on, everyone? This is Wes.
What's good, you guys?
Hey, over
What
at Can
up?
Headphones. We are doing another intro video as part of that Big Bad Cans plans you've been hearing so much about. And with me, I've got Fever Point. You might have seen a while ago that we did a review on their single Torch that they put out. One of my favorites. They've been a long time fan, or a long time favorite of mine since hearing that, and I'm really looking forward to more of what's to come. But let me give them a chance to introduce themselves. I've got a couple of them with me.
What's up, y'all? I'm Connor. If you've been interacting with Fever Point on Twitter at all, that's been me. I write most of the music, and I do the guitars and vocals, and yeah, I'm the guy. I'm the Fever Point guy.
He's the creative juices.
I am that. So what's good, everyone?
And hey, I'm Daniel. I play the bass in the band, and yeah, I mean, been with the band for a few years now.
Short and sweet. I think that's funny. Like the difference
Oh, yeah.
between like the guitar people and the bass people. He's like, this is my name, and I play bass. And what more do you need to know?
Exactly.
That's his only real personality trait. So
Exactly.
So I think one of the first things I kind of wanted to get into with you guys is where did we come together as Fever Point? How did we meet, and what's kind of like the origin story behind that?
So that
We've got
basically
short answer, long answer.
Yeah, I'll just make it as short as possible. Basically, it was me and Sam from the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted to start a band. We had similar musical interests, and we just kept trying to make it happen over and over again, to varying degrees of success. Daniel and Xander were friends of ours, and we invited them in, and it just started working.
Yeah.
Then we started actually playing shows, and eventually we started recording, and now we're trying to bring it out to the world. So that's where we're at.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. I mean, do you guys do a lot of live shows before the whole COVID thing then?
We did for a while.
A handful.
We've done quite a few, actually. Like most of the major, like smaller venues in Seattle, we've played. We hadn't for a little bit because our drummer left last year, and we haven't quite figured out the right solution for that yet for live. So that's kind of on hold. And then, COVID happened, obviously, but yeah.
The pandemic.
Yeah, have you heard of that?
I love it.
I mean, so I guess one of the questions I like to ask people as we go through like these Q&A things is obviously we have influences, and I'm curious to see what your guys' are. But if we could open for like any band, if they gave you the choice to say, here's a free roster, pick us, and who is it going to be? Who would we open for, and vice versa? Who would you want to open for you, maybe?
Ooh, that's a good one. Daniel, you want to start? Let's let Daniel talk.
So let's see. My dream band to open for, either Beartooth or I Prevail.
Okay.
Both of them put on kick-ass shows.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's just where my heart's at right there. As far as a band to open for us, I haven't even given it a second thought.
Yeah, there's not a lot of bands that I would be like, yeah, we're better than them. They should open for us. They should have the esteemed privilege of opening for Fever Point.
Is there like maybe anyone that you're like close with who you'd be like, hey, we're doing this thing and we really want you to come do it with us, maybe?
Probably our Lay Shock, Ty. He recorded and produced Torch for us. We've played a couple shows with him before. That's how we met him, actually. We ended up opening for his band. He was like, I want to work with you guys.
Yeah.
That's where Torch came from. So yeah, I'd invite him to any show we played. He's kind of
Oh,
got like
yeah,
a singer
absolutely.
songwriter hip hop style going, and I think
Oh,
it's
that's
cool.
cool. That's cool. That's neat. So he's
As far
out
as
there
bands
doing.
I'd want to open for, I mean, Linkin Park. Come on.
Oh yeah.
Oh
We
yeah.
Mhm.
they've gotta get the Chester hologram down for you. That way it's like
Oh yeah,
OG.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
that's true.
I mean, my biggest influences are that Linkin Park, Gorillaz is huge. Rappers like Lupe, Eminem, Kendrick. Who else? So many.
Long laundry
Beartooth, I
list.
Prevail, A Day to Remember.
Yeah.
And a lot of stuff I've been listening to lately, like Eight Graves. God, I love Eight Graves.
Yeah.
Yeah, they gave us a little Twitter shout out a little while ago. That was pretty
Oh,
wild.
shoot, look at that. Got you guys on
Yeah.
the promo now, huh?
Yes, sir.
Mhm.
And how about you, Dan?
Yeah.
God, let's see. Influences. I mean, he said I Prevail and Beartooth, and we've
Yeah.
got, Linkin Park. I've always loved Breaking Benjamin and like Rise Against.
Mm-hmm.
We've gotten a chance to see Breaking Benjamin a couple times live. That's been pretty good. What else we got? A big one that I don't see a lot of people talking about is Zebrahead. Like,
Oh, yo, how did I forget them?
my top 3, Beartooth, Zebrahead, I Prevail, in that order.
Okay. I'll have to check out this Zebrahead. That's an
They are
interesting.
phenomenal. This
It's kind of got like a
kind of,
pop punk rap thing going.
yeah,
It's
Very
like Blink
intriguing.
182 meets Rage Against the Machine, kind of.
yeah, kind of in that vein.
You guys are blowing my mind right now because that's such an interesting mashup in my
Oh, yeah.
head.
It works.
Yeah, it sounds like it would. So I guess you guys said you're from Seattle. What part are we? Like, do we mainly live in one part? Are we scattered all over the state? Or Seattle's nice, actually.
We started off all in the same area, and now it's sort of spreading a bit. But we're still east side, outside of Seattle, sort of in the suburbs.
Yeah, we all lived in Sammamish back in high school. That's how we all knew each other, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we're a little spread out now. I mean,
Coming out the birds.
we've been in college off and on between the 4 of us, so that's taken us to places as well. But yeah, we still all live within driving distance.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think we've got one single out right now, and I'm guessing most of the fun stuff is like was getting to see some of your shows live. What would you say, since we have an opportunity, is one message that you're trying to get out there to the people who are listening to your music?
Ooh.
A big thing I write about is about individuality, because that's been a really important part of kind of how I've gotten to understand my world, my like role in the world and stuff. I mean, this next single we're coming out with is all about accepting your flaws, like as you are in that moment, just like being at peace with that. Torch is about refusing to let someone else like define you or define like how you're going to live your life. And it's got a lot about, I've got a lot of stuff about refusing to accept yourself in a toxic relationship or some kind of, any kind of not great. Yeah, I guess that's a big thing for me is when I write is, in 2 short words, be yourself.
That's fair. And then Dan, is there anything that you kind of are putting into that when you're shredding on those bass riffs?
I don't know. I mean, like I like to put out sort of the energy of like just sort of be positive, love each other, just you don't have to step on others to get ahead in life.
Yeah.
Help them and they'll help you.
Very bass player of you. No, I like that.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of our music comes from a dark place because most of it was written when we were there, but it's a positive message at the end of the day.
I think that's important. I like talking to artists who have grown through that part because I think an important part of music is expressing growth That's what
Yeah.
people, it's how, I think it's one of the easiest ways to connect with your audiences is give them something relatable, and those experiences when you're just coming from a wrong place end up being that.
Exactly. Exactly. That's very important for me.
So I mean, maybe I kind of like to try to get a little into the industry talk. I know we're kind of
Mhm.
new as far as putting singles out. I don't know how much we are kind of like finding out as we go, or already knew getting into there. But one question I like to try and get out there is, would you stay as an indie label if you got a chance to kind of like band together more and make your own revenue stream, or would you go more for like a major label?
If a major label reached out to me and was like, Fever Point, I want to sign you, I'd have a hard time saying no.
Yeah.
I mean, we're a band that makes many mistakes. We basically learn we're trial by error kind of guys. So,
Right.
you know, we've made so many wrong choices as we've tried to make this a thing, and that's probably going to continue being the case. But we're making fewer mistakes, I think.
Hopefully.
Basically, we're learning as we go. I guess that's the basic answer.
It's very indie. It's very indie, you know. I think I don't know. I hate saying this a lot, but I do try to say it sometimes is, and you guys are a good example of that, but putting the work into the music, you can tell the difference between like a good indie group who's gonna be better over time and someone who's just like, okay, you know, this is a guy who's in his bedroom
Yeah.
making beats in his spare time. So,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
catch him on Spotify. What up?
Yeah, I hope we don't come across like that.
No, definitely not. I mean, honestly, when I heard Torch, I was blown away. I was surprised that was your first single because it was very well put together as far as the thing goes.
Thank you.
And
Thank
the
you.
fact that there's not, I had even mentioned it in the review and talked to Connor a little bit about it, is the fact that there wasn't a real drummer on there.
Mhm.
You didn't feel that too much, you know, and it didn't take away from that high energy drive. And
Yeah.
I like that, from what I've heard from you guys, is the energy that you guys are putting into it. I think that's really going to help keep you guys going forward a lot.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Yeah.
Good stuff. No, thank you guys. You know, so you mentioned a little bit about a new single. I
Mhm.
know Dan's at work a little bit, so I will get you guys out of here on time. But tell me a little bit about that. What's the process been like making your new single during COVID? And what are we kind of like putting into that that's different than Torch?
It's been a lot of me hunched over my computer. You know, I've been learning how to, like, ever since we did the whole Torch sessions and stuff, I got really into recording and producing, and so I just started to teach myself that. And since we can't really get together right now, you know, not
For the
all
most
of
part.
us, and not without masks and all that, it's been a lot of me, and then I'll send it off to the guys. We have our own Google Drive. We'll post like all the stuff in progress.
Yep.
And they'll just give me their notes. Usually when it's just starting off, they'll be pretty hands off, and then they'll come in and they'll be like, okay, I like this, but you should change this, or maybe this could be more interesting, or blah, blah, blah. It's been a lot more, it's got a lot more of a hip hop vibe to it. Because back when we didn't know much about recording and producing when we were making Torch. So, you know, I had ideas in my head that I didn't really feel like I had the vocabulary, the knowledge to get out.
Yeah.
Now that I know a little bit more about how all that works, I feel like I have a lot more tools in my toolkit
Yeah.
now
Makes
versus then. So it's a very multi-genre kind of song. It's not so shreddy. It's not so, you know, punk metal like Torch, but I think it's got a lot of heart to it, and I hope you guys like it.
Yeah, we're definitely moving in a more sort of pop rockish direction.
Yeah. When people ask what we are, I would used to say like, oh, we're metal and we're punk and we're all this stuff. And now I just kind of say like heavy pop rock, but like genre stupid.
Yeah, we're sort of genre bending a little.
Okay. Yeah, I'm interested to see what that's gonna be then, because I was just about to say, in my experience, we just slap a pop label on that bad boy and get it on the 101.9 station.
Yes, sir.
So I'm interested to see what that fusion's like for you guys. I got a chance to hear a little bit of that, so I'm excited, especially the direction that we're going to take with that. So anyone who's getting a chance to see this, make sure you wait anxiously for Fever Point's new single. Is there anything you guys want to say before we sign off for this one?
I've been really enjoying engaging with you guys over these last few months. I mean, no one on the internet who knew who we were before like May or so. It's been really fun. I really enjoyed it. Sometimes I feel like I'm terrible at Twitter, but it's been fun. And I'm really grateful for our fans and for Mr. Can here and for everyone involved. And I hope you guys like the new single because it's coming. It's going to knock your socks off.
It's coming. It's coming soonish.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make any promises we can't keep, but it's coming.
Yeah.
That promise I
it's
can't
well
keep.
in the works. Well in the works.
Absolutely. And then I do have one follow-up surprise question.
Oh,
Do
man.
you have any elaboration for the monkeys?
We went on a
no.
camping trip. Me and Daniel and some other guys, and I was that whole day that I'm going camping, and I just see monkey, and I just died. Monkeys, it's not about monkeys. I'm sorry. Maybe please keep enjoying the monkeys.
Absolutely, they will enjoy those monkeys. You boys make sure you don't work too hard. Have some fun.
Oh, I'll try.
Connor, Dan, thank you so much for joining me tonight.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us, man.
Yeah. Have a great night.
Every story is the same. Take me alive. I tried the high road, but your hands are pulling me down. Take me alive. My swords have crossed and we're never turning back now. This path is dark.